Magic doesn't happen when you become the champion. That's just when everybody else gets to see the magic. But the magic happens when you're in here, and it hurts. Stefan Gillum is a man of, how do I want to describe this? Deep passion, deep thought, just deep altogether. Above all else, I have a unquenchable drive to change the world in so many different ways and facets. I'm a Ravens fan, so that's the most important part right there. Yeah, I'm just a guy who is really trying to make a really big difference in the world with everybody that I come in contact with in any way that I possibly can. And I want to do it big. I don't want to do anything small in my life. I am the director of Ovia Marketing. We are a business consulting, brand and marketing firm that focuses on helping businesses and organizations and public personalities change the world in any way that they've been called to. Ovia started a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. But Ovia actually started as a company called IMI Productions. And IMI stood for It's My Idea Productions. And in IMI Productions, what we did was a lot of arts and entertainment work. So we did a lot of theatrical productions. We actually had a theatrical division called On the Edge Theater, where we did murder mysteries. And so we had a troupe of actors that went around doing murder mysteries, basically for like corporate clientele. And so when I decided I didn't want It's My Idea Productions any longer, I moved over and I started a company called Orlando MDC, which stood for Orlando Media Design and Communications. So we held on to the arts part of it a little bit, but when we started focusing a little bit more on the design and communication aspect, during that portion of my life, I teamed up with a company called Design Right Communications. And so it was Orlando MDC and Design Right Communications, and we kind of did a lot of corporate work. I named it Orlando MDC because that was during the time where all of the gurus said, if you're gonna name your company, you need to name it what it does and not be creative. So I named it Orlando Media Design and Communications. And so I just didn't like the way that fit. It didn't really feel like me. And so eventually I made the transition in the brand and I changed it to Ovia Marketing. Ovia has two meanings. One is egg or birth or new birth, and then the other meaning is painting or work of art, depending on what language you're speaking. And so Ovia, one of the things that we do is we help to renew organizations and we help them create a new birth within their own business or organization. And then we also want to help them create a work of art in everything that they do. But when I saw that name, and it just fit what I wanted to do with an organization, and Ovia Marketing was the result. It's always been about helping the customer or the client to, see the success that they were looking for and touch the lives of those people who are their customers and their clients that they're gonna come in contact with. But we've made what I consider some pretty decent moves along the years. When it comes to Ovia, I've always felt like that's kind of who we are for businesses. We are the ones that we're your coach, we're your counselor, we're your sparring partner, we are your teacher, we're your motivator. We are all of those aspects wrapped up in one for your business or your organization, or even just for you as a person. And that's why I'm in this gym. That's why I got this ring behind me, because I'm training not just fighters, but battlers. I'm training champions. I'm training conquerors. I'm helping them. I'm molding them. I'm all of those things. Magic doesn't happen when you become the champion. That's just when everybody else gets to see the magic. But the magic happens when you're in here, and it hurts. The magic happens when you're in here and you don't know if you can do anymore. And the magic happens when you're in here and you don't know if you can sustain the pain that's necessary. The magic happens when you're in this environment and you've got somebody standing there behind you or beside you or in front of you, looking you in the eye saying, I know you can do it. Come on, give me 5 more pieces. Come on, let's do this one more spot. Come on, let's do this one more thing. Let's think about this one more strategy. Let's walk into this one more idea. I know that you feel like you might never get there, but I'm telling you, you can get there. And I'm here to help you. That's what this environment is about. And all the talk about making an impact on other businesses, and all the talk about championing other people, and all the talk about creating conquerors, and all the talk about the blood, the sweat, and the tears, and all of those wonderful adages and all of that great vocabulary, Joy was the person that did it for me. And she was the person that in this space wiped my sweat, noticed my blood, collected my tears. In this space, she was the person who got me like nobody else has. That spark, I personally believe, is the fact that we didn't just come together to help other people. We came together open to helping each other. And so that's why I chose Joy. She was the one that impacted me. And I don't even know that she tried that hard. That when we met, it was like we were always supposed to be here. When we connected our businesses, it was like we were always supposed to have this. And that I've only experienced one other time in my life. And so I knew, for lack of a better word, I had to have it. That's how we got here. The heavens are open. Now the stars have aligned. Now the planets and the moons and everything is in sync. Now is the time. Now the opportunities are ready to present themselves. Now the people are ready to join alongside. Now the workers are ready to run. Now the people are ready to become conquerors and champions. Now we are in a space where our minds are clicking and our hearts are running, and we've had all of these things that we've built and that have sat on us for such a long time that we can run this race now. Now is the time. It's not even so much of us choosing the time, it's the time chose us. And there's nothing we can do but say yes. And so the reason that now is the time is simply because now is the time. Now is the time that has been designated, the season that has been created, the moment, the people, the resources, the opportunities, everything is coming into such an alignment. It doesn't take away the work that's necessary. It doesn't take away from the fact that there's, disagreements and there is parts and pieces that have to be learned and that have to be massaged and that have to be generated and have to be developed and have to be conceived and have to be, nurtured, and all of that. All of that is still true. It's still a process. It's still a journey. It's still a thing. But now is certainly the time because it's presented itself to us. It's a breath of fresh air. It's not a hype thing. It's a breath of fresh air. Being able to say now, welcome to Aeonian Ovia.